The alleged Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 268 spoilers were supposed to reveal the conclusion of the fight between Yuji Itadori and Ryomen Sukuna. Needless to say, the alleged spoilers did not disappoint, as the manga not only saw the fight end but also saw Megumi finally get freed from Sukuna's clutches. The previous chapter saw Nobara Kugisaki finally make her return, as she immediately joined the fight against Sukuna by using resonance on King of Curses' last finger. Yuji capitalized on this opportunity and kept hitting Sukuna, followed by a black flash. The upcoming chapter will be titled, Conclusion. The manga chapter begins with Sukuna talking to Megumi's soul as he tries to crush his spirit. He asked Megumi how he dared to try and live on after he let his body be taken away, killed his own sister, and rejected the hand that tried to help him. With that, he asked the Jujutsu sorcerer to give up and allow him to handle the rest. Megumi talked back to Sukuna, asking him why he was so desperate. There was still one Sukuna finger left. If the way of becoming a cursed object is predetermined, the moment Yuji would peel him off his body, Sukuna would die. Even resonance wasn't good for him. Therefore, if 19 of his fingers disappear, the last one wouldn't be able to connect his soul from the effects. With that, Megumi expressed his relief at learning that Sukuna was afraid of dying. Right after, Megumi shared that he never intended to live a proper life from the start. However, given there are so many more people than oneself, he was determined to try living for someone else one more time. Spoilers then switched to reality as Yuji's domain crumbled and Sukuna's reincarnation within Megumi's body got undone. The King of Curses screamed in agony as he was peeled off Megumi's body. With that, Megumi Fushiguro was finally freed from Sukuna's clutches. Right after, Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 268 spoilers saw Yuji looking down on Sukuna's residuals, asking him what he planned to do next. The manga depicted a flashback of Yuji asking Sukuna to release Fushiguro, in return for which, he would spare the King of Curses' life. Yuji picked up Sukuna's residuals and expressed how both of them were born with a curse without even knowing it. The kind of monster they would have become was only a matter of chance. As Yuji had his grandpa, he didn't waver. Hence, Yuji asked Sukuna that they try to live together one more time. Even if no one else would accept him, he alone could live on with him. Sukuna was enraged at Yuji's consoling words and commended him for playing the fool to this extent. With that, he reminded Yuji not to underestimate him as he was a curse. Spoilers then switched to the conclusion of the Uraum vs. Hikari fight. Uraum realized that Sukuna lost. Hence, Hikari asked them what they were set to do next. Uraum expressed that it was the end and there was no meaning to anything anymore. The only logical reason for Sukuna's defeat was that he was in an incarnated body. Uraum claimed that the Jujutsu sorcerers only won the battle because they were lucky to be born 1,000 years later. For Hikari, being lucky was a skill, hence he accepted it as the highest praise he could receive. Even Uraum agreed with Hikari and crumbled away. Spoilers then switched scenes as Megumi seemingly woke up at Jujutsu Tech. Just as he woke up, he was confused by what Yuji and Nobara were doing. They were seemingly trying to surprise Megumi with Kugisaki's survival just the way Gojo had surprised Megumi and Nobara with Yuji's survival news in the past. Nobara expressed that given that she was the class Madonna who everyone thought was dead but survived, Yuji and Megumi should have had a much bigger reaction. In response, Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 268 spoilers saw Yuji reveal that he teared up a little when he realized that Sukuna was hit with resonance. As for Megumi, he wasn't surprised as he saw what happened inside Sukuna with the same happened. Spoilers then saw Yuji take out letters written by Satoru Gojo to them which Shoko Ieri had passed on to him. Both Nobara and Megumi thought that it was out of character for Gojo to write letters. Just then, Megumi noticed that there were only 2 letters. Yuji did not receive a letter as he spoke to Gojo directly. Nobara read her letter and instantly crushed it. She said that it had information about her mother's whereabouts. She did not want to know about it in the first place. Right after, Nobara asked Yuji if he received some kind of special grade authority, but Megumi started laughing as he read his letter. Yuji and Nobara got curious about Megumi's letter and read the same. However, they were flabbergasted by what they read. We see Megumi wholeheartedly laughing as his letter's contents are revealed. Unfortunately, your father isn't around anymore, because I killed him. Sorry. Nobara then remembered that they needed to meet up with Maki and others, and asked Megumi to attend as well. Even Yuji expressed how he needed to apologize and thank everyone for a topic surrounding Yuta Okatsu. They got to save Yuta's life. Right after, the manga switched to Maki, Toge, Panda, Kusakabe, Miwa, and Momo. Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 268 spoilers ended with someone screaming, "Yuta, you damn bastard," as Megumi started to worry. According to Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 268 spoilers, the manga will be on a break next week. Subscribe.